watching WI TV to another edition of News Review. I am Odwayo Adelere. And with me in the studio this morning, I have...
I'm Rochimewilo. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you are watching us.
Yeah, welcome to another edition of News Review. Like I said, the sponsor of the show still remains Nokpa Herbals and King Victor Nigeria Enterprises. We say a very big thank you to you. Nokpa Herbals this with Nokpa Herbal Mixture, Herbal Cool, Herbal Tonic, Herbal Bitters, Herbal Energy Flusher, Herbal Energy Powder. While King Victor Nigeria Enterprises deals with different kind of foodstuffs you might need at home, and for them distance is not a barrier, or you can locate them at their shop at number 2 Awolowo Makumbak in Shagam, Ogun State. While you can call the number 0701010859 or send in a DM to get any of your Nokpa products. We also want to thank the CEO of this company in the person of Prince Dr. Noah Adeleke Oshin, popularly known as Ajala Kusangba, and is also called Transformer for Boys and Girls, whose lives are in darkness. Say very thank you to you, sir.
It's there to provide electricity for them.
Yeah, for your fatherly figure. We thank you so much. You know how we did on the show, bring to the news that made it to the top. We'll go on the show commercial break. When we come back, we'll continue from where we stop. The news, the one I'm starting with today on Punch newspaper says, Tinubu OK's payment of 3.3 trillion naira power sector debt. My opponents are defeated, says Fubara. Blocking of road for social events punishable, Trace boss warns Ogun residents. 20 trillion naira pension fund safe, federal government. On Vanguard newspaper we have electricity. Most discos are technically insolvent, NERC. Kidnapping. Evans opts for plea bargain on amended charges. Dangote refinery to buy 24 million barrel of crude from US reports. Reforms painful but bearing fruit, says Bagudu. And on Daily Post newspaper we have 6 months after Ogun government finance director Skila yet to be arrested. Rivers crisis. Our position has not changed, PDP tells stranded lawmakers. Apply for mining licenses, Alake tells state governors. Tinubu's decision will push Nigeria to progress, prosperity, says Ganduje. These are the news that made it to the top today. Let's go on a short commercial break. When we come back, we'll continue from where we stop. Don't go nowhere, stay tuned, we'll be right back.
To the beautiful splendor of nature, and the kids can't just resist the temptation to explore to its zenith with the full assurance that the perfect backup is on the way for a perfect refilling. Nokpa, we always come to the rescue anytime, anywhere, any day, anyway, anyhow, round the clock. Your family just can't get a better companion aside Nokpa. Nokpa Herbal Mixture, your family's best bet.
With Nokpa, healthy living is guaranteed for me and my family.
Nokpa for management of power.
Welcome back from that short commercial break. That is our sponsor, Nokpa Herbals. Like I said, whichever you need, you can just send in a DM or call the number 0701010859 to place your order. Remember, health is wealth. The first one I have here says, reforms painful but bearing fruit, says Bagudu.
If Bagudu is coming out to say that the reform agenda about the president is bearing fruit, though it's painful according to what he said to the Nigerians, but the fruits that the reform is bearing now, I can't even see. Nobody is seeing it, and they are not coming out to give an account of the fruits that the reform is bearing. I believe very soon the president is going to celebrate 1 year in office, which is going to come out to tell us his achievement so far. So maybe let us wait and see. I think
one of his achievements will be remove fuel subsidy.
The first subsidy, and then electricity. No, they are still debating on that. The devaluation of naira is one of the fruits that is bearing now. So let's wait and see what the pregnant has to give back.
I think what Bagudu fails to say here is that he did not specify the kind of fruit.
The fruit that is
we're
bearing.
Actually saying. Probably to the bad side or the good side. The body of the news says President Bola Tinubu's economic reforms have started bearing fruit. The Minister of Budget and Economic Planning, Senator Abubakar Bagudu, has said. Senator for Budget and Economic Planning. So it's expected of him to say this.
So say that because he's in charge of the budget and planning, and he also eaten out from the national cake. He was appointed into that place. I've never seen any person that is even appointed by his political boss that will ever come out to say anything against his political master. I've not seen that in the history of Nigeria and in the history of Africa.
Bagudu told newsmen on Friday in Abuja that the measures had restored faith in the country's economy. A statement by Bola Adeyi, Special Assistant on Media, quoted the minister as saying that foreign investors has renewed interest in Nigeria. Although the removal of petrol subsidy caused some pain, the policy has increased the quantum of funds available to the 3 tiers of government to invest in critical infrastructure. This critical infrastructure will regenerate the economy before May 29, 2023. The finances of the government were fragile.
So the money that was earned from the fuel subsidy, what are the infrastructure that the money was being used for?
I'm even looking at
because I was so surprised when I saw a news yesterday. That another $500 million loan has been granted again. What about the money that was in from the fuel subsidy?
You see,
what's the money meant for?
One thing about you is that if this federal government, if they leave you to actually be their judge, I know you are going to probably sentence all of them to death by piracy.
Exactly, because everybody must come out to prove what he or she has done during his own tenure while in the office.
Now,
yes.
Bagudu is saying we will see the impact before May 29.
Before May 29. The impact that we have not felt from the first month.
Because I don't understand.
On the 17th of this May.
I don't know the miracle you want to perform within 12 days.
12 days. Okay, let's wait and see. Maybe there are some projects. Maybe there are some projects that are aiding.
You've been there since 11 months and 17 days.
Now.
You've not done anything. So you want to perform miracle.
No, the miracle.
In the 12th hour, 11th hour.
Maybe there is going to be another policy that's going to shock the old Nigerians. We haven't forgotten that I read in the news. There was a news this morning that the court ordered that bank has the right
to remove.
No, not to remove. Bank has the right to go deep into our social media handling.
Bank,
yes.
My social media handling.
And so what is the reason for BVN?
My social media.
What is the reason for national ID card?
NIN.
What is the reason for NIN? Then what is the reason for collecting our NEPA bill to know our address, to know the kind of house that
why would you
not venture into access to go into my social media account? Who is that judge that gave that order that bank has the access of doing that? Like
we just keep on. Should I say we are going from fry pan to fire?
No wonder somebody said Nigeria, we are in the zoo.
We are a babu. Easy babu.
That anything can happen. I saw it in the news yesterday in the social media that somebody said, okay, they are in a zoo where there's a description where antelope should be kept. Instead of antelope to be in that cage, what was it?
Lion.
A cock. A cock was inside that cage instead.
You know how confusing we are in this country? If you cannot find antelope, why not leave the space empty or probably remove the inscription antelope? How can you put a cock
inside the space of an antelope, and antelope description is written there?
I think the summary of what is actually wrong with us in Nigeria is that we are confused.
And this set of
because if we are not confused, it will not affect all the sectors in Nigeria.
And this set of people travel out there. They saw how the country that they are traveling, the way they are advancing every day, coming up with new ideas.
We can
the ideas that Nigerians are coming up as the ideas that have been liquidated as far back as 1960.
In their place over there.
In their place over there.
It is well, Nigeria, I just hope this our government will be able to do something about, because we are getting more confused and more confused day by day. You keep on borrowing money. What are you borrowing the money from? You tell us EFCC recovered such amount of money. Where is it being directed to? You catch all these young cybercrime offenders. You collect their properties. You collect everything. What do you use them for? We need answers as Nigerians. We need your response as Nigerians. We need you to come out, be transparent to us. Because why we wanted to vote you in? You came out and you could. I cannot even see a politician sitting there with a corn seller selling the corn for them. But once you get in power, you can no longer do it again.
If I happen to be the judge, the first person that would have invited would be the ex-governor of Lagos State. That's Fashola.
The Minister of Power.
The Minister of Power. I will ask him. I will play back his video where he was saying that a government that cannot provide electricity for its people within 6 months
is not fit to be
is
in power.
not what to be in power. He was there for good 80 years. What has he achieved in the area of the power sector?
We keep on hearing national grid fall. National grid fell.
Do you know
how many times national grid has actually fallen?
Do you know what that made me during the Fashola when they came out that was say that electricity is being affected by evil spirits, that we should pray for them?
That is part of the confusion.
Nigeria, my country. Nigeria will do
this one says kidnapping. Evans opts for plea bargain on amended charges. You know, was actually charged for kidnapping, all this murder and all that. But now he came out to apply that these charges that they levied against me, some of them are not true.
Not
so
true.
I want to. The word of the news is convicted billionaire kidnappers. Can you imagine?
Convicted billionaire kidnapper.
So you're a billionaire, but you're actually a kidnapper.
Yes, you're actually a kidnapper. Well,
let me go into the body of the news.
Okay, no problem.
Convicted billionaire kidnapper Chukwudumeme Onwumadike, popularly known as Evans. He cannot even use your name. We came to use one English name that people can actually know you with. And his co-defendant Joseph Emeka have opted for a plea bargain on an amended charge of murder and attempted kidnapping brought against him. Evans and his co-defendants were to be rearranged on 5 counts amended charge of murder, attempt to murder, conspiracy to commit felony to with kidnapping and attempt to murder. The rearrangement, however, could not take place due to absence of Evans' counsel. The prosecution then told the court that the defense counsel was aware of the rearrangement and that the second defense counsel, Mr. Nelson Oyejaka, was in court. The prosecution told the court that he spoke with Evans' lawyer, who resides in Abuja, concerning the case, but he did not know why he was not in court. According to the prosecution, although I am aware that the defendants have applied for a plea bargain, it is being considered by the Attorney General. We have an amended charge, my lord, brought because the 4th defendant has been convicted while the 3rd defendant died in prison. We shall be asking for another date for the rearrangement of the 2 defendants. Justice Adenike Kokas therefore adjourned the case until June 13 for rearrangement. So the summary of why he was not available for the rearrangement is because he wants to go against the 5 count charge that was actually left against. Which did he want to go against?
Well, I don't know what is not until when the lawyer not until when his lawyer comes out to say it. But you see, this country, well, everybody has access to lawyer, even though if you are a kidnapper, if you are a murderer, you have access to lawyer.
Because
your lawyer
you have one reason or the other why you actually did
what you
did.
The crime why you actually commit the crime you committed. You see, this country, I wonder when I saw a news this morning, I was so baffled that somebody who stole a dadawa.
What's dadawa?
Dadawa in Hausa language is one of these food that Hausa do love very much. That is what they call dadawa. That person was actually reminded. Because of dadawa, he stole a dadawa.
Well, sorry, before you continue, sir, I don't think it is in Hausa area alone that it happened. Something happened of recent in Ibadan. Foodco supermarkets, whereby two of their workers stole bread worth 1,300 and they were actually charged to court.
And they were reminded.
In country, this is
why Yaya Bello was still out there.
He's still
walking freely.
Free of charge.
Who stole billions of naira that belongs to the state. And he has not been arrested. He has not been reminded.
He can be because he was in government and he's still in power.
He's no longer in power.
He's in power because he has somebody Yes,
no, he's no longer in power because the only person that enjoys immunity is the sitting governor.
Why I said he's still in power? If he's not in power, why would a sitting governor actually use his cap to whisk him away?
Because he don't know the gravity of the offense that he has committed. And his boss, he was the one that put him in power. He will even direct him how he's going to steal more.
Do you know indirectly he's still in power?
Okay, let's say indirectly, either be in power or not be in power. Somebody who stole a loaf of bread was being reminded there. Yeah. And somebody who stole a lot of money
is still working
out freely. What is the law? What's the Constitution of Nigeria now trying to, or let me say, what's the law of the country now trying to encourage people He's encouraging you that if you want to steal a lot of money.
I just say it on the show. I'm
Steal
not encouraging you out there, but that is what the Constitution is trying to say.
That's what the law is trying to say, because if you go out there, you steal a tin of milk, at the end of the day, you have been apprehended, you were being reminded. Now, for somebody who stole a milk that is being reminded now, will not look at himself when they saw somebody who stole billions of naira still coming out to say different kind of jargons on the national, on the social media.
It is well. Like I do say, this what Nigeria Constitution is actually preaching is, you are free to steal, but make sure you steal something that you can actually stand up and vouch for. Let's go on a short commercial break. When we come back, we'll continue from where we stopped. Don't go nowhere. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
In the heart of Nigeria's bustling markets, where the sights, sounds, and smells overwhelm the senses. But in the midst of chaos, there shines a beacon of hope. King Victor Nigeria Enterprises, where convenience meets tranquility and shopping becomes a pleasure. Join countless others who have discovered the joy of shopping at King Victor Nigeria Enterprises. At King Victor Nigeria Enterprises, we understand the importance of providing our customers with the highest quality products at affordable prices.
Here at King Victor Nigeria Enterprises, customer satisfaction is our top priority. We're always here to help you find exactly what you need.
Whether you're stocking up for the week ahead or grabbing a last-minute item for tonight's dinner, King Victor Nigeria Enterprises has everything you need to keep your home running smoothly.
Welcome back from that short commercial break. That is one of our sponsors, King Victor Nigeria Enterprises. They are available to get you your foodstuff, whichever you need in your home. And do not forget that their shop is located at number 2, Awolowo Makun Shagam back in Ogun State. Before we went on that short commercial break, as I was saying, I said what Nigeria Constitution is trying to preach is that if you want to steal from the government's money or government purse, make sure you carry some, because according to what we are seeing on ground, Emefiele is staying in court. He has been going to court, coming out. And what's this man? Yaya
Bello is still out there.
He has not even appeared.
Ganduje is out there.
Ganduje is out there. All of them, name them.
We have a lot of them like
Adi Sirika is still out there with his children, his wife, his daughter, and his daughter's husband.
The person that is supposed to use Nigerian money to go and bought a plane, aeroplane. And now they went ahead to go and hire the aeroplane, printed Nigerian airline. But it was being rented from this Ethiopia airline.
Where did they now get? We are now talking that
the youth are lazy. Still out there.
You are telling us that the youth are lazy, the youth are scamming people. Where are they getting the scamming skill from? If not from you.
Mess.
You that we so believed in that you are going to take this country to a level.
Now somebody comes out now that the money the politicians steals were being shared.
He even said it to the extent that anybody that steals 1 million, 1 billion should not be persecuted. But those that can be persecuted is somebody that steals for 1 trillion.
Because the 1 million, the millions of naira you stole will be shared among your people that
a whole chief whip of the House of Senate coming out to say it.
That's good to say.
The last but not the least, Tinubu's decision will push Nigeria to progress, prosperity, says Ganduje.
How many years is it going to push Nigeria into progress?
It still has 3 years to go.
Because Ganduje is coming out now to say all this matter was because of the case he's having in court, because he knew.
He needs to say something that will favor the president.
He knew the president is not coming out to say anything about his case, because it's not a matter this time around. He could observe that it's not a matter of we. When President Muhammadu Buhari was there, if Ganduje is coming out to say, before Ganduje will ever come out to say this kind of thing.
Who is Ganduje?
President Muhammadu Buhari would have said, okay, leave him, just let's forget about that case for now, because it's
that is how it will die.
That's how it's going to die. You remember when Oshiomhole was there, when he joined the APC, he said, join the APC, your sin as forgiven. But in the area of Tinubu now, if you join the APC, your sin are still there.
Your sin are still written against you.
You will still go and face it, except if Baba is willingly from his bottom of his heart to forgive you. That's Nigeria for you. Now for him to have come out that the policy that Tinubu is, the decision is making that is going to put
progress and prosperity.
For progress and prosperity. There is an idea that says if the Sunday is going to be better,
you know from Saturday.
You know from Saturday. So the decision now, the whole Nigeria is knowing, not only the whole Nigeria is knowing that the decision is hard on them, but only those that are in government parastatals knew that the decision.
I really wish all those people that are actually talking You know, some people just come out to talk so we can know they are still in power, they are still there.
You remember when Brother Lai Mohammed was
Mr.
also
Lai,
there.
sorry, Mr. Lai
when
Mohammed.
he was also there, we just come out and say different kind of words.
I just wish, honestly, it is my deepest wish that they can actually be in the shoe of the least poor Nigerians.
To know what the Nigerians are going through. You see, what
if for 24 hours, I am not praying anything bad happens to you.
Let me remind you something. I don't know where Brother Lai Mohammed would have been today to have seen Wike to be the minister of FCT. You remembered when President Muhammadu Buhari was the president.
Yeah.
Wike was one of those people that have been toughing Muhammadu Buhari. But that Lai came out to say, okay, Wike would have been arrested, though, if not because he's enjoying immunity. That they were waiting for the second time of Wike, if he lost the election, that he will be arrested by them. Now, Lai would sit back and see Wike to become the FCT minister.
The body of the news says the national chairman of the ruling All Progressives Congress, APC, Abdullahi Ganduje, has said that decisions, policies and programs introduced by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu will take the country out of the woods to progress and prosperity. He gave the assurance on Thursday night when he hosted officials at the forum of the APC local government chairman of Nigeria at the party's national secretariat in Abuja. While commending the leadership virtues of Tinubu, the APC chairman noted that the president, unlike his predecessors, took bold decisions to give the country the push that will usher her into the next level of prosperity and development. Honestly, it is now that I really wish Goodluck Jonathan could actually toughen up then and actually remove the full subsidy.
Goodluck Jonathan did it then. You see,
I really wish the way this man turned deaf ear to what we are facing was how Goodluck Jonathan could actually turn deaf ear then.
And they were the set of people that came out. You know, they were so influential to the extent in which, forget about it. Let me tell you this. You see, Goodluck Jonathan is a man of the people that really consider the pain of the people there. Apart from that, and you know, this set of people came out to sponsor protest.
Yeah.
Based that they are so influential, they have the money to sponsor protest against Goodluck Jonathan. And you know, the yearning of the people should be the yearning of the government. Yeah. But in the era of APC, the yearning of the people is the strength of those people that are in power today. So it's either you remember what Babalokon said, it's either you like it or not. First subsidy is gone, and nothing anybody else
honestly, I really wished
if
he
you
could
protest
toughen up then.
From now till the next year, that nothing is going to change it.
Now we have the full assurance that they can no longer remove the full subsidy. They can no longer return it back. Because it's almost a year, so what are you returning? So instead of returning the full subsidy, they will rather remove again.
And they promise by December that the Port Harcourt refinery is going to start to work.
Yeah, I don't even want to hear about it, because now Dangote even wants to import crude. 24 million barrels.
I was wondering when I saw the news that Dangote wanted to import crude oil from the United States of America.
You want to import crude?
What happens to our crude oil? Why is it not?
Nigeria is actually a blessed country.
Or the crude oil that is being fetched from our land has been used in exchange of the money that they borrowed.
Probably. I think you're actually on point.
And nobody is coming out to say anything about it. What do we have in our land?
Nobody will come out to say anything because nobody wants to lose that seat that they actually earn. I assure you that our President Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu is also a grassroots politician, tested and trusted. He's great because he's bold enough to take some decisions which the previous administrations could take, and very soon you'll start seeing the positive effects of the reforms that he is introducing. Our refineries will soon be producing abundant fuel.
Very soon, till the next 4 years.
It is all over the world now that the narrative is changing about the use of petrol. CNG vehicles will soon be on ground where transportations will be cheaper. When the fuel subsidy was removed, we jumped to gas. I can remember then.
Yes, everybody shifted to CNG.
500, we were running,
everybody were very happy.
All of a sudden, we just skyrocketed.
They knew. Okay,
we had to go back to the petrol that we're running away from.
Do you know what they think of? Okay, you have another alternative, no problem.
Let's take that one too.
You people will hear when. Let's take that one off.
They just increased it, everything skyrocketed,
and
we had to go back to where we're running away from.
They knew what they were doing.
Now you want to introduce CNG to us and telling us to be cheaper. Don't worry. If you are deceiving us, we that you are deceiving, we know that you are deceiving us. So we are used to it already. All right, I've come to the end of the show for today. Do not forget to follow us on all our social media platforms. on our Facebook, on our YouTube, on our X account, on our Instagram, our TikTok, at Wisdom Yard Online TV. I remain my humble self, Ojuwanyo Adilere. Thank you for joining me in the studio this morning. Our sponsors will say a very big thank you to you. King Victor Nigeria Enterprises and Dr. Abels will say a very big thank you. So we'll come again on your screen on Monday because today is Friday. Do make sure you enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye.